Good morning to all the viewers and listeners. Welcome to
Educ
Show.
So we are very honored to have our special guests for today.
So our guest speakers live from Philippine Normal University of Manila. Let's welcome Dr. Romel Empuesto. Good morning, sir.
And we also have our second guest speaker from the University of the Philippines, Davao. Let's welcome Dr. J. Tambis. And also, partner, we would like to acknowledge the graduates, the fresh graduates, and let passers, newly let passers from San Sebastian University. So, welcome to our show, ma'am, sir. Today, partner, we will talk about the levels of affective domain to be tackled to us by Dr. J. Tambis.
And also, partner, the traditional assessment and performance assessment that will be tackled by Dr. Romel Empuesto.
Wow, so are you excited, partner?
Yes, I'm so excited, partner.
Okay, so now let us have Dr. J. Tambis.
This morning, I will be tackled about the levels of affective domain. When we say affective domain, it includes or it involves our feelings, emotions, and attitudes. This domain includes the manner in which we deal with things emotionally, such as our feelings, values, appreciations, enthusiasms, motivations, and attitudes. The purpose of affective domain is it is described the way people emotionally react and their ability to feel another living thing's pain or joy. Affective objectives typically target the awareness and growth in attitudes, emotions, and feelings.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tambes.
That is really an interesting topic, no? That Dr. Tambis had just discussed, especially to the our newly let passers. So they can really relate to this topic. Do you agree, partner?
Yes, partner. So we will entertain now our questions from the audience.
Oh, so we have here Miss Rename Amoy.
So, okay, good morning everyone, especially to Dr. J. Tambis. So, here's my question for today. What are the levels of affective domains?
So, there are 5 levels of affective domains. First is the receiving, second is the responding, third is the valuing, fourth is the characterizations, and the last one is the organizations. So these subdomains form a hierarchical structures and are arranged from simple feelings or emotivations to the sense or that are more complex.
How can you relate the affective domain for teaching profession?
The affective domain includes factors such as student motivations, attitudes, perceptions, and values. So, as a teachers, affective domain increases effectiveness by considering the affective domain in planning courses, delivering lectures and activities, and also in assisting student learning.
Okay, thank you, Dr. J. Tambis, for that informative topic you have. It's very interesting and it really will help our newly let passers.
So next, partner. So we will have Dr. Empuesto.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me in your show. I am so much honored and flattered to be here and be your guest in this show. Thank you and good morning. God bless us all. Good morning, everyone. At this juncture, I will be going to differentiate between the traditional assessment and the performance assessment. But first, let's talk about the traditional assessment. It generally refers to the written testing such as multiple choice, matching type, true or false, fill in the blank, and etc. Written assessment must typically be completed within a specific amount of time. There is a single correct response for each time. The assessment or test assume that all students should learn in the same thing and relies on the rote memorization of facts. Response are often machine scored and offer little opportunity for a demonstration or through process characteristic or critical thinking skills. And also, this time is not the only way nor the best way to evaluate students, but is the most common way because it provides valuable information about the student's learning. Now, let's talk about the performance assessment. It is the process in which students apply their knowledge, understanding, and skills in authentic context to create or conduct an answer to a question or a solution to a problem. These performance assessments receive feedback from teachers, peers, and themselves.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Romel Empuesto.
Yes, thank you, sir. And now we will entertain questions again relating to the topic of Dr. Impuesto. So we have here Mr. Nifeme Vapor.
Thank you for that informative topic, Mr. Investo. And here's my question for you. How can you differentiate the traditional and performance assessment? And which is more effective in assessing students' learning?
At this moment, I will be entertaining questions coming from Mr. Vapor. The question goes like this. How can you differentiate traditional and performance assessment? Well, as I said, traditional is more on paper test work. It is the sort of activity which students give answers on your exams, quiz, the fill in the blank, true or false, multiple choices, and it give us or serve as the students will answer your questions through a paper. While the performance assessment is you are giving a role play or giving a performance to be conducted. Performance is more on the skills performing, the cognitive and the knowledge that imparting the students, while traditional is more on reading processes that students have. Performance also gives the emphasis of the specific skills and performing the given task, and that is the differentiate between the traditional and the performance assessments basis. And there's one more question. Which is more effective in assessing students' learning? Well, for me, the best way in assessing students' learning is performance-based assessment. Why do I say so? It's because performance assessment task is you let the students to explore, to express their thoughts, to develop their knowledge and skills in preparing the said performance. It also gives the students confidence on how to reassemble the situation to solve the problem. So the knowledge and the cognitive of the student will more develop and hone them to be prepared in the future. Thank you.
Okay, partner. So in terms of assessing effective learning, how will you implement the methods in assessing effective learning outcomes? Because for me, partner, I will first establish trust with my students in order for me to have a clear and good communication or relationship with my students. How about you, partner?
For me, partner, is also have to avoid negatives and absolutes, partner.
Okay, that is also good, partner, no? So let's also ask our audiences. So our dear newly let passers.
So I have heard a prepared questions, partner. So after 13 years of teaching, you will encounter so many students with different attitude. So how will you handle those kinds of students?
Wow, that's a very good question, partner. We have Mr. Albert Lopez. I think he will answer your question. So let us have Mr. Albert Lopez.
Okay, thank you for your question. I am looking to be a teacher soon. When you say classroom setting, it is expected that you have different learners. So in handling those students that have different attitudes, My strategy are I will give them freedom and flexibility to enjoy themselves. So that in our formal discussion, there is no more distraction happen, but before anything else, I will make that as our agreement in our class before they take opportunity to be themselves. Diversity in and out of the school will continue to grow. It is essential to prepare students to adapt, involvement, world, and enhance those different from themselves. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, partner, can I ask you something? Do you know this word TPAC?
So, partner, when we say TAPAC, it stands for Technological, Pedagogical, Content, and Knowledge.
Well, that's right, partner. It is a theory that was developed to explain the set of knowledge that teachers use to teach their students a subject, teach effectively, and use technology.
Okay, partner, I have a questions for you. Can you compare the traditional assessment and the 21st century learning?
Okay, the traditional teaching and the 21st century teaching. So in the traditional, partner, we used only books as our source of information, and we also used manila papers as our instructional materials. While in the 21st century, we are now using technologies in every aspect of our teaching.
Yes, partner.
So how about you, partner?
For me, partner, is technology is very important, especially nowadays, because there are ways of teaching. Especially now that we are facing in the pandemic, and things have changed ever since.
Okay, before we end our talk show for today, partner, we'd like to thank our guest speakers, Dr. J. Tambis and Dr. Romel Impuesto. Thank you,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
for guesting here in our talk show. And also, partner, we would also thank the audiences, the newly led passers from San Sebastian University. Thank you for also being here in our show.
And also, partner, the sponsors, the
Yes.
Ring Light Production and the Florist Company.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for all the sponsors. So this has been your host, Hannah Jane Erong.
And I am Brian Bahian.
So this has been the Educ Show. Thank you.